Alright, come closer, scoot in, don't be shy. The night is dark out there, isn't it? The kind of dark where you can't see your own hand in front of your face. It's just you, me, and the crackling of this fire. The flames are dancing, telling their own stories. But I have some better ones. Stories from home, from Africa. The night isn't empty. Oh no, it's full of whispers, full of shadows that move when you're not looking. Every creak of a branch, every rustle in the grass, it has a name, it has a history. We're going to talk about those things tonight. The things your grandmother warned you about, the figures you only see from the corner of your eye. These aren't your typical ghosts. No, our ghosts have jobs to do. They have personalities. Some are angry, some are sad, some are just mischievous. They teach you lessons. Lessons you don't want to learn the hard way. Pull your blanket up to your chin, look into the flames, listen to my voice. And whatever you do, don't look behind you. The stories are about to begin. We'll start in my own backyard, South Africa. A place of sunshine, braais, and a particularly nasty character who hates the color pink. She's a fashion critic from beyond the grave, and you do not want to fail her test. Let's talk about the Pinky Pinky, a name that sounds cute, right? Don't let it fool you. Nothing about her is cute. Our first story begins with a young girl. Her name was Lindiwe. Lindiwe loved beautiful things. More than anything, she loved the color pink. Her school uniform was supposed to be blue and white, but Lindiwe always found a way to add a splash of pink. A pink ribbon in her hair, pink shoelaces, a little pink bracelet her grandmother told her not to wear. She even had a secret pink lip gloss she would put on in the school bathroom. She thought it made her look glamorous. Special. She just wanted to stand out. And she did. But not in the way she had hoped. One day Lindiwe stayed late after school. She had to finish a project. The sun was setting. The long school corridors grew dark and quiet. The only sound was the hum of the old lights. She decided to go to the girls' bathroom one last time. It was at the end of a long, spooky hallway. The lights in there always flickered. Everyone said that bathroom was creepy, but Lindiwe wasn't scared. She walked in, the door creaking shut behind her. She went to the mirror to admire her pink ribbon and reapply her lip gloss. As she puckered her lips, she saw something in the mirror, a reflection that wasn't hers. It was behind her. It was a shape, a monstrous, hairy thing. It had one pink eye that glowed in the dim light. Its claws were long and sharp, half human, half animal. A grotesque figure covered in matted fur. Lindiwe froze, her heart hammered in her chest. She could smell something awful like rotten meat, cheap perfume. The creature took a step closer, its one pink eye fixed on her, on the pink ribbon in her hair.
The thing spoke. Its voice was a horrible gurgling whisper. Pinky, Pinky.
It despised anyone who wore it. Lindiwe remembered the stories, the warnings from the older kids, the Pinky Pinky, a tokoloshe, a mischievous and evil spirit that targets girls who are vain, girls who wear pink. Lindiwe screamed. She tried to run, but her legs wouldn't move. The creature raised a clawed hand, reaching for the pink ribbon in her hair. That was the last thing she saw before everything went dark. They found her later, huddled in a corner, her hair a mess, the pink ribbon gone. You see, Lindiwe survived, but she was never the same again. She never wore the color pink. She never looked in a mirror for too long. She learned her lesson that day, in the flickering light of the school bathroom. The Pinky Pinky is a story told to children all over South Africa. A story to teach them a simple lesson about vanity. It's a warning that being too proud of your appearance can attract the wrong kind of attention. The kind of attention that has one glowing pink eye and very, very sharp claws. The story is a powerful tool for parents. When I was a kid, if my mom saw me spending too much time in front of the mirror, she'd just say, "Ah, ah." Now, let's travel north and head to the bustling cities of Nigeria. Here, in the crowded boarding schools, students whisper a different name in the dark. They don't talk about a hairy monster. They talk about a sound, a simple, rhythmic sound. Koi, koi, koi. It's the sound of high heels clicking on a hard floor. But these aren't just any heels. They belong to a ghost, a teacher, a woman known only as Madame Koi Koi, and her story is one of tragedy and revenge. The story says she was a very beautiful teacher. She loved fashion, especially her red high heels. She wore them everywhere. The students would hear her coming down the hall, koi koi koi. But she was also a very cruel teacher. She would beat students for the smallest mistakes. They hated her, they feared her, but they could always hear her coming. That sound was their only warning. A signal to straighten up and look busy before she entered the room. One day the students had enough. They decided to get back at her. Some say they locked her in a cupboard, others say they tripped her down a flight of stairs. The details are always hazy, But the result is the same. There was an accident, and Madame Koi Koi died in the school. The students thought they were free. They celebrated. No more beatings, no more fear. But they were wrong. They had only traded a cruel teacher for a vengeful ghost. They were not free at all. That very night, as the students lay in their dormitory beds, they heard it. A faint sound from the end of the hall. Koi koi koi. It was getting closer. The slow, steady click of high heels on the floor. But how could it be? She was gone. The sound came closer and closer to their door. Koi koi koi, then it stopped, right outside. Silence. The students held their breath. They knew. She had come back. And this time they couldn't see her. They could only hear her, hunting them in the dark. The ghost of Madame Koi Koi became a legend in Nigerian schools, a bogeyman for boarding school students. They say she forever walks the halls and dormitories at night. You can't see her. Her sound is a promise of pain. The story serves as a powerful warning, a lesson for both students. We move now to the hot, dry lands of Sudan. Here the night holds a different kind of fear. It is not a sound. It is not a color. It is a presence. A shapeless, formless terror known as the Kasha. The Kasha is not a ghost of a person. It is something else entirely, a spirit of the night. It has no face, no body, no voice. It is a thing of pure dread, and it has one simple purpose. It comes for children who stay out after dark. Imagine you are a little boy named Omar. The sun is a fiery orange ball dipping below the horizon. Your mother calls your name. Omar, come inside. The Kasha will get you. But your team is about to score. Just one more minute, you think. You ignore her call. The sky turns from orange to a deep purple. The streetlights flicker on. Suddenly you realize you are the only one left. The street is silent. That is when you feel it. A sudden chill in the warm night air, a feeling of being watched. You look around. The Kasha is here. Our journey now takes us to West Africa, to the lush forests of Ghana. Here we meet a very different kind of spirit. This one isn't here to punish you or scare you into coming home. This one is here for the laughs. We are talking about Anansi, the spider. He is a trickster. Our story is about two brothers. If you solve it, I will show you a shortcut home. If you fail, you must give me the shoes from your feet.
They were stumped. We give up, Kofi finally said.
A single perfect spiderweb floated down from the branches, then another and another. Soon their path was blocked by a thick wall of sticky webs. Their shoes had vanished, so the brothers had to walk the rest of the way home barefoot. He is the ghost of cleverness and wit. Be clever, but don't be a know-it-all. If a mysterious voice offers you a deal in the middle of a dark forest, maybe just keep walking. Now for our last story, we go to a place where the danger is not in a monster or a trick. To Somalia. For our last story, we go to the Horn of Africa, to the old country of Somalia. Our final ghost isn't seen. It isn't heard. It's brought to life by words. It's a curse. A spirit called the Lana. This is the story of a seller named Hassan. Hassan was rich and cruel. He sold bad grain. He sold sick animals. One day a very old poor woman came to him. The goat had died the next day. She begged Hassan for a refund. He laughed, called her silly and shoved her out. Then she cursed him. "Lana!" she screamed. "May you feel the hunger I feel!" He brought food to his mouth. Both turned to dust as he reached for them. He tried to drink water. It became sand. He was starving but couldn't eat. The Lana, the curse made real, the ghost of her hunger. Hassan grew weaker and weaker. His wealth meant nothing. He couldn't eat gold. He tried to find the old woman to beg for her forgiveness, but she had disappeared. The Lana, the spirit of the curse, never left his side. It was a perfect, terrible justice. Hassan wasted away, a rich man who died of starvation. The fire has burned down to embers now. Look, the orange glow is fading. The shadows around us are getting bolder, creeping closer. Good night, and don't look behind you.